about New Year's goals. And what better time to talk about New Year's goals than in the middle of April? That has been my plan all along. I started this year with a vision board, but I wanted to bring it up right around the time when we're all starting to forget about the goals that we set for ourselves. What are the goals that I set for myself this year? What are the systems that I set in place to make sure that they're going to be accomplished? How am I enjoying the process? And how to have fun along the way. Your dream of becoming a filmmaker is not dead. Wait a second, Ioana. Where have you been, girl? That's a good question. In 2022, I have been making these YouTube videos consistently. By the end of 2022, I got burnt out pretty badly. So in the beginning of 2023, I booked a 1 ticket to Thailand. I was planning to stay there for 3 months to take a little bit of a break, but turns out I was so exhausted that after the 3 months, I was only beginning to feel a little bit more relaxed. I was nowhere near being rested. I stayed in Asia for 8 months. I lived in a coconut tree house in the jungle.
I'm coming up!
I swam in fluorescent oceans. I learned riding a scooter. Joined a Muay Thai gym. And I lived with professional MMA fighters for 3 months. And we made a commercial for one of the biggest hotels in Thailand. I think it was a competitor of the hotel where they were supposed to film the White Lotus. And it's the day of the pitch. We are going to this 5-star hotel. After they saw that we shot Fish Blanca there, they did not want to compete with us.
Ike, this is nice. Thank you for the message. Over.
2023, coming back to Europe. Me and my good friend Damon, we spent our birthdays in London.
Bonjour! On est arrivé!
Since when do you speak French?
Do I speak French?
November 2023, I'm back in Bucharest and there's a new chapter of my life. One that I want to live with way more peace, and I'm trying to not get burnt out like I did before. So in 2024, I start building a team. I take a lot of video clients, and together we're setting up the systems for this new era of this YouTube channel to be possible. I sat down in January and I made a vision board and I set my intentions for the year. I'm not going to share the vision board. My intention is that after this year, once I'm going to accomplish everything on my vision board, I bring the vision board and we look at it together. When I set my yearly goals, I don't start with planning the whole year ahead because it's too unpredictable. So I love planning 3 months at a time. And this year, the 3 months that I first planned were February, March, and April. So from all of the goals, I created one main that I'm going to accomplish in 3 months. Something that I know by the end of those 3 months, if it happened or not, is very measurable. This goal was working a lot, so I'm putting myself in a position to move to a city that inspires me. My options in terms of cities right now are London or Paris. London, I've been wanting to move to for years and years, and I love it.
Yeah, look at it. It's like those trees.
And then Paris, I have mixed feelings about it, but it's a very strong candidate. I got to be Amélie on the streets of Paris.
You have joie de vivre. You still have it, you know, like you're like walking, having a good time. It's for the descent. Yes. Have a good day, ciao.
In order to accomplish this goal, I had to choose from all of the things in my business, the ones that make the most sense to help me accomplish this goal. So I was doubling down on video clients and trying to do a lot of work so I can have as much stability later on once I move. We are doing the commercial shoot for a Romanian skincare brand. What we're gonna learn today is how to use a big camera.
Este și un simulator până.
We're doing pre-production right now, and we're using this app.
Eu de chiar mai mult acum.
Mai mult acum?
They might need to protect the camera. Așa, ca și cum te grăbești, da? Once I move to the city and this goal happens, I can start looking at the other things that I wanted to do this year. Finances. Let's not complicate things. I've been reading the financial books, I've been taking the financial advice. What I've seen, it really comes down to earning more than you spend each month and saving money from the money that you make. These are the two principles that keep me on the right path.
We're going to do a green screen shot.
Okay, open.
Yep, I think it's good.
Oh, it looks nice.
Yeah, I know. Let's try to bring the green screen a little bit higher. We're going to shoot a night scene. We have just a little bit of light. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, 1, 2, 3, go. Yes. Oh my God, that's so nice. And now, let's do a shot. You flying through the city. We need some wind. Yes.
Growing a team. This has been a goal for many years for me, and I am so grateful that I did it last year. I started growing it last year, and now I have 2 people that are helping me. I have Alexandra, she's my editor. She's doing a lot of things, from helping me with editing the VMA courses, helping me edit this very YouTube video, helping me edit my video client projects. We're doing special effects together, and she's learning and growing so much. I'm so blessed to have her. And then there is Maranda, and I don't know what position to put her in. She's just been overall moral support. She helped me with everything. She helped me physically with the shoots. She's helped me carry stuff. And she also did a bit of editing, but I think she is in this phase where she also has her own personal goals.
The day has just begun and we're full of energy. Let's go. What we're gonna do today, we're gonna climb these gorgeous mountains in the search for the most beautiful scenery. This is the fisheye, but this is not the most fisheye that we got.
And when it comes to growing a team, this was an epiphany that I had last year when I started filming a new big VMA course. Learning filmmaking is confusing and challenging. There's a ton of information out there. Where do you even begin? And at one point, I stopped doing that after months of building it. I stopped doing it, and I realized that I'm in a position where what I want to do the most would not to be making a new course, but to be learning the skills that I've been yearning to learn for so many years.
Și ca să go back, cum faci go back?
Mai apeși o dată pe unul.
The universes that I want to make are surreal and require a lot of special effects, require a lot of 3D, and require a lot of attention to detail, way more complex color grading, and just way more technologically advanced techniques than the ones that I was using. Together with Alexandra, I spent more than 6 months learning color grading, and I'm so happy about it because I'm really seeing the results and I'm getting it. In the beginning, it was so confusing. I really did not understand how these people can see the magenta in the shadow, and I couldn't see any magenta in the shadows. Slowly, the more you're doing it, the better you get. So now when I'm doing something for a project, I can create a color grade that a lot just cannot achieve. Same thing with special effects, and same thing with different AI techniques. We're just experimenting with so many different techniques so we can create really cool projects, and like the ones that I've been wanting to do for years.
I made a decision that would literally change my life. I signed up for a filmmaking course.
Hi Gloria, nice to meet you.
Hi Joanna, nice to meet you. Over the course of a few months, I have learned how to actually use my camera, what lenses do, different shot sizes, different shot angles, how to use a gimbal, how to move the camera, how lighting works, how to properly edit, how to color grade, and so much more.
I started with a habit that intrigued the people at the gym that I was going to for sure. This is the habit that James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits, where you start with the smallest possible habit and you establish consistency first. Once you have a habit set, you can improve it. If you don't have a habit set, there is no habit. So what I decided that I'm going to start doing was to start just going to the gym. Going to the gym for me, it's a 20-minute walk from my place, and I did it once, I did it twice. After a few weeks, I was just going to the gym, walking up the stairs. I would pass by all of these sweaty people lifting weights and screaming. I would walk to the changing rooms. I would wash my hands and then leave and come back to my place. That was easy. And some days I didn't want to do it, but I stayed consistent. And the most challenging part was the fact that I was feeling judged by the people at the gym, the receptionists. They would see me walk in, they would say hi, and after 2 minutes they would see me leave, and this would happen every single day. Obviously, if they wouldn't ask, I wouldn't explain, so I was just silencing that judgmental voice in my head, because I knew that I'm not doing something now, I'm not lifting weights now, but I'm establishing a routine. I didn't tell many people about this because it seemed like I wasn't a serious enough gym goer, but months and months and months of consistency, going to the gym became such a natural habit that after a few months of just going to the gym every day, at one point I said, I might as well just walk on the treadmill a little bit. And then I saw this pull-up machine. I can just do some assisted pull-ups. And then I tried this lower back machine. And every now and then, I would look at other people, I would see what they're doing, and I would do a few exercises. But I would do them with pleasure. I would do them because I want to, not because I have to. So I started associating the gym with something so positive. It was so fun. So this year I started lifting weights. I have Mara, who's my unofficial gym coach. So I can tell myself from 1 year ago, you wanna keep doing what you're doing. Keep with this tiny little routine, because that's going to give you superpowers later.
Practice 12, the hidden danger. A character is running away from something they're afraid of. We can start. So this is gonna be the pull-out. And she's walking back, she's looking back. Then she starts running. Whoa, she's fast, people. And now it's done, people. We have officially completed.
We did the marathon.
We did the marathon. And now, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Saying the truth. In the beginning of this year, I read the book Radical Honesty. I've been introspecting a lot last year, and I've seen how a lot of the relationships that I have, friendship or family or any other type of relationship, has been negatively affected by the avoidance of conflict, either coming from me or from the other person. Even though you think the anger is over, it will manifest itself in other ways. Your communication will be less honest and spontaneous. You may be more critical of them. You may find being with them more physically tiring. So true. You might forget appointments with them. You might find yourself inexplicably angry at him. After a while, your friendship may feel more superficial than before, and you may not like spending as much time with them as you used to. It takes a lot of courage to change this. You must be willing for things to get worse before they get better. And I've been implementing this with a bunch of the people that were close to me, or the people that I cared about. And I did express what needed to be expressed. It definitely gets worse before it gets better. I can promise that.
Okay guys, so we're doing hair and makeup right now. We're going to do the exercise with the peculiar milk. She's our villain here with baby, her baby villain cat. And she's gonna drink a glass of milk, like any proper villain.
Oh yes.
That is gorgeous. Yes, come towards us. Let's have some fun, people. Yes, and that's exactly the shot right there.
Something about avoiding conflict. There was a lesson taught by a good friend of mine who I had a difference of opinions on a video shoot. She was the creative director and I was doing the video, and we didn't agree on a certain object to be in the frame or not. That conflict did not escalate on the day of the shoot. We were passive aggressive with each other, where everybody defended their position. She was obviously angry that I didn't want that object in there. I obviously didn't want the object there. So we agreed to disagree. She comes over to my place and she taught me a lesson that I will never forget. She comes in and instead of doing the nice thing or doing the niceties that people do, hi, but actually being very angry inside and not expressing it, she sits down and she tells me, Ioana, I'm very mad at you. And then she just lets it out. But when she lets it out, she does it in a very nice way. She doesn't point fingers. She doesn't do accusations. This woman has done her introspection. This woman has analyzed herself. She thought about why she got triggered. She thought about what insecurities what I did brought in her. She didn't just pointed the finger, you are bad for not wanting that thing in the frame and you are bad. She did not do that. She said, I'm feeling this way because when you said that, it made me not feel good about myself, yada yada yada. The vulnerable thing to say, the vulnerable and the real thing to say, the truth. That was the lesson. She did the big move and she was vulnerable first, and I didn't get defensive. I apologized and I understood where she's coming from. I analyzed myself a little bit and I brought that up to her, and everything just got resolved and we got closer after that discussion. And this is the perfect example of how conflict can bring two people together. What I've seen that I tended to do in past relationships was when a conflict like that happened, I definitely didn't go to the person and say, hey, I'm very angry, and just tell them. I didn't do that. I pretended, or I just avoided them and I didn't talk to them after that. I'm trying to be more and more like my friend.
Hello everyone. We're doing today a shoot for a lingerie brand. We're setting up the shot with Ana here, Ana Kapsali, our actress, model, woman of the day. We're gonna blast a lot of light in here. We want to feel like we're in heaven right now. We're in a clinical death. Now we have to reposition the lights. Ah, perfect, love it. Și acum, ia, du-te, fă mișcarea de la spate cu mâinile, cum ai făcut tu. E momentul. Treci. Drăguț asta, îmi place. Are un unghi foarte wide și putem să fim foarte aproape și cadre macro. Hai să vedem.
My family, and I would love to take them on a trip, and this is something that I am saving towards. And as you age, your parents age too, so I don't want to regret later in life thinking that I didn't spend this time that I have with them in the most enjoyable way possible.
Hello everyone. We're going to exemplify the 180-degree rule. We're going to get our help today from Antonia and Andra. The 180-degree rule refers to not crossing this line when you are shooting a scene from multiple angles.
Mulțumim!
They are the Chinese community in Romania, and they dance here every single day for the past 10 years. And today we're gonna join them in their dance. Ni hao! Ni hao!
My burnout prevention strategy. Life is all about balance. When I was going through burnout, I introspected and I realized that burnout only happens when you focus on one area of your life and neglect the others for too long. I drew this representation of all of the areas in my life. Everybody has different ones that are important to them, but these would be mine. And I realized that in the past, I used to be way too focused on career, and I would neglect things like taking care of my environment, taking care of my friends, taking care of my relationships, taking care of my health. And when You neglect some of these things for too long, burnout happens. What I've realized is that all of the areas in my life are extremely important. There's never a time when all of them are not going to be important. It's all about taking care, nurturing all of these areas in my life at all times. Doing this while having an ambitious main goal. So for the past 3 months, I know that my goal is to move to a different city, but I have been investing in other areas. You can get away with doing less of for a month or for a few weeks, but every now and then I need all of these.
Welcome to our shoe.
This year in October, I'm turning 30, everybody. There is this quote circulating online. There is nobody more stressed than a 25 to 32-year-old feeling like they're running out of time. I feel like everybody feels this way, the pressure of the age. And there's definitely the pressure of 30, but I feel like it's giving me good motivation. I'm putting the stress that's coming from it to good use. And on my 30th birthday, I want to be living in this new city. I want to be already established there for many months. I want to be surrounded by new friends and old friends. I want to be so grateful for the team that I have. I want to feel like I'm very healthy and I'm adding as much joy to the world as I possibly can. And the way to get there, the way to get to this feeling actually is not to do delayed gratification, but is to feel this way right now. If I feel accomplished and all of the gratitude things that I just mentioned, that is something that I might feel in the future too. But if I'm miserable now, and this is something that I've definitely done in the past, I was miserable in the present, thinking that in the future something is going to change. Once I accomplish the goal, nothing changes once you accomplish the goal.
Let's try to apply the same principles, but now using the same rule of thirds. The shadows on her face, because we're shooting in direct sunlight, are pretty strong, so we're gonna fix that.
Dar dacă o întoarcem pe codruța spre soare, nu e bine, nu?
Trebuie să o întoarcem, numai că nu avem cum să o întoarcem total spre soare, dar puțin mai spre soare, foarte bine zice Iulia.
M-a fost doar o idee, m-am gândit.
Așa, da, foarte bine, foarte bine.
Deci, bună ziua!
Mulțumim mult, asta a fost
bine. Bine, mulțumesc mult, Ioana.
Bine, mulțumesc și eu.
Ne auzim, sună-mă când vrei.
Bine, vă dăm un semn. Bine, mulțumim. O zi bună.
To wrap this video up, I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of the year. I'm officially back on YouTube and I will be documenting this year as I'm moving to this new city, as I'm accomplishing all of these goals. And we might as well just enjoy the process and have as much fun as if these goals would be already accomplished.